He kōna ipurangi tēnei nā te reo irirangi o Aotearoa.
Kia ora, this podcast contains kōrero around suicide, sexual abuse and mental health, and might not be suitable for everyone. So take care when listening.
He rangatira ia I roto I te ao whakaari, koe ara tērā, ko tāne nui ārangi, I roto I te pauri I te māramatanga e whiti ana. Koe ara ko Rob Mokaraka, ko pare hui a mawhia hau, nau mai ki te kōnai ipurangi nei, ko toa.
Tēnā koe, e te tuhine, te whananga, no pangaru. Ko rangi nui ki papatua anu ku oku tupuna matua. Ko ngā tuki mata whaurua ki mā tātua oku waka. Ko mōngero ki panikere oku maunga. Ko te huehue te awa, ko waikare moana te moana. Ko te huehue ki waimako oku marae. Ko ngai tāwake ki te wao kū. Ki te whānau pani oku hapū. Ko ngā puhi mo anāriki. Ki ngai tuhoi, ngā tirua pani, ngā tika hungunu ki wairoa oku iwi. Ko te ingoa whānau tūturu I reira I Mataraua. Ko Mokaraka mohitaka te ua. Ko wiramu Mokaraka mohitaka te ua tāku karani pāpā. Ko Katarina Olga Wihone tāku karani māmā no Pangaru. Ko Rōpata Mokaraka mohitaka te ua ahau ti hei Māori ora, sister. Grateful to be alive, sis. Grateful to be here.
Ka tahi anō au, ko hoki mai kānata. Just come back this week from Canada. Kei te mau au I tēnei. He water protector. He paukoe mō nai Māori mā. He paukoe mō nā iwi take huri rau nei te ao I roto I tēnei ao. Hea te kōrero I runga I tō shot, bro? What's that say?
Out of the dark with Aroha. Aroha ki roto, Aroha ki waho, iara. And that's the kaupapa, sister, out of the dark with Aroha. And as Auntie Rose would say, Aroha is the greatest healer of all things. It is the essence of you and I. It is the essence of us all. And it is greater than te pō. We just have to educate our whānau that te ao marama, te ao Aroha is stronger than te pō.
I kōrero whakamārama mai koe ko wai koe, no hea koe. What are you up to right now?
Just creating the word of light in te pō constantly for whānau of all cultures, not just te ao Māori, but this taniwha of whakamomori is intergenerational, and every taniwha knows each other. So when I say taniwha, I also meaning the mamai. So every culture has a version of it. So iara, I'm helping whānau online, offline, how to manaki and awhi their own whānau members who are swirling in the storm of that, of te pō, of that suicidal ideation. And in the meantime, I have to refuel myself a wairua, a tinana, a hinengaro every day. And the physical is very big to me. So jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu is my new addiction. Just been doing that over a year and a bit to make sure I'm strong, tinana, a hinengaro, which is all connected to te wairua. So that's me every day, and meeting beams of light like yourself, sister. Ai, ko koe te rama I te pō, sister. And I see you, hoa, wairua, I see you, and I'm just grateful that you are beaming this light out to te ao marama, te ao huri, iara, we need you.
It reminds me, en koira pēr nā whēako mai tōku tipuranga. E pāna ki tōku pāpā. Koia rā tēnei, I think, ko te label he state ward ia, mai mangamuka. So ki te taho tōku pāpā, koia rā tērā. Ki te taho tōku māma, ko tōna pāpā, ko Isaac Mareroa. He was the first Māori director of social welfare in the north. He saved my pāpā and his 12 siblings. Definitely, not by accident, a weaving of worlds. I wouldn't change that. Not even books can capture the trueness of those upbringings. And I feel you've been on that hikoi as well, Pērei tōku pāpā, you survived something similar.
Mamai knows mamai, trauma knows trauma, taniwha knows taniwha. Behaviour has a whakapapa. And how far back are we willing to go? We have to tangi, we have to kōrero, we have to whakawātea te mamai no mai rano. For the healing to actually start to happen. So, in my whakapapa, and I love my whānau, and what happened over the years during childhood was a result of nobody addressing anything. And so I will look at that with a lot of joy and a lot of terrified moments, say around waipiro, whānau gatherings, violence, and there was also sexual molestation in little pockets. I'm not saying the whole whānau was infected, but there's certain pockets of this going on. And when it's happened, I'm one, I didn't realise, I thought I was one of one. Didn't realise I'm one of many in my whānau. And so unpacking this, you have to go back into your whakapapa. And as my nanny, who whampangaru, before she passed, she had a stroke, so all the aunties came over from Australia. And I was in the car with my auntie, driving her back to the airport. And she said, "Nephew, our kōrero is so real, what you're sharing with me. I don't want this kōrero to stop." 2-hour drive from Whangare to Auckland. I said, "Auntie, this kōrero doesn't stop. I'm following you into the airport. Then we're going to have a kai. And we continue this kōrero in the car." And then she shares with me, my nanny was also sexually molested. And I go, okay, this goes back further than I thought. So to my nanny. So it's an uncomfortable kōrero to have in your own whānau room, because everyone will fight you. They will fight you with the horror and the terror, with everything they've been told not to ever kōrero about. So to be in that car with my auntie, because this is my kōrero every day. If we don't illuminate it, I'm not out to chop anyone's heads off. I'm here to start this rongoa, to perpetuate it beyond our generations, for my girls, for our mokos. And to our papa and our uncle and auntie's generation, this scares the shit out of them. It's like I'm breaking some deep tapu when I go invited onto marae, to papakainga, and I can hear their kōrero, and when their kōrero does not match their wairua, I know something's wrong. I can hear it all the time. Wiri a kōrero, wiri a wairua. And I go, all right, I'll keep an eye out for you, matua. What is your safety plan when you're opening this up? I have to be very plain and clear. If you're dreaming on some other realm, some other wairua realm, you've got to protect your physical realm. So there has to be a tikanga framework. So when we go into marae, when I go and present inside maximum security prison units, the tikanga is the same. Tikanga can also save your life if you're aware of it in your whānau as well.
The mahi you do can help that mamae become a resource rather than a block.
Aye.
That's what I hear from you, and why it's an honour to have you here on this paitapu that is their paitapu, which is why I'm here with you, because they can hear you. They look to you for as a light in the darkness.
Tēnā koe te tuahine, we are all are. Like you said before, taua, and it takes a village to heal a village, but the village has to want to heal. And sometimes when we have to stand up, and our pono, our tika, and our aroha, that will irritate the demons, or that kino wairua that is floating around intergenerationally for our kaumātua, our kuia. So, in a sense, by us sharing, we're giving the next the generation before us and before them, permission to breathe. They have not breathed for 40 years, some of our kaumātua and kuia, because that mama has been told to stay hidden. When I go onto marae and I hear kaumātua kuia kōrero for the first time, I can see light breathing into their tinana. It's like they're stuck in a dark room and the beams of light are trickling into it, giving them permission to breathe. And we've got that permission every day, sister. It's just making sure that it's clear in our whānau circle. Not everyone's going to buy into it, but the ones who do know where you are, sister. They know where I am.
I tipu koe I roto I tō ao Māori?
On my haerenga, the first port of healing was te ao Pākehā. That's a natural instinct to kick in. And then it wasn't till I went and visited my auntie Rose Pere, who was my mother's sister. The same mama, different papa, no waikare moana. That's when Auntie Rose opened up a whole new realm of understanding. I didn't understand it fully at the time. So I'm surfing te ao wairua, learning from you, sister, learning from other whānau, tohunga, leaders of light, to try and embrace everything that's going to help us heal. Kōrero Pākehā, kōrero Māori, kōrero te ao wairua. Te ao wairua surpasses any real barriers. So my kaupapa attracts whānau from all around, not just the motu, the world. So I'm having international whānau, Indian, Korean, Chinese, and they say to me, I understood everything you said, even when you didn't speak. And so it says to me, no matter what reo you're speaking, tino a tāhua katoa. But whatever language or whatever karakia you need to ground and save a life, I would ask Auntie, what karakia are you using to get rid of kehua? The which reo? And she said, any reo I need to get rid of it. And she says, because I'm not leaving, it's leaving. And I would ask her, how do you whakanoa, Auntie? She looked at me like, you amateur. And she pointed up. She went, ki te atua. And I went, oh, what amateur, Rob. If you tried to cut across the divine realm when you tried to take your life, and your mahi hasn't finished, so you have to start again and keep illuminating this pathway. And I went, kia ora, Auntie, I just needed that extra reminder that I'm not leading the kaupapa's leading me.
Mo te wārua te rape I naia nei tonu, black and white, sick or well. And ko tērā tiha te noho ia, nā te mea ko tōna reo, ko te mahi toi. Kāri ia mo te noho ki te kauhau. Ka rongo, ka puta te toi. And koera tāna I whakarongo ana ki nā tangata pērā, ia koe tērā pēno nā kare a roto, ka puta tērā, ko nā kaitiaki o te ao o te pō.
I was presenting an otaki and all the hapu and whānau because multiple mamai happened. 11-year-old and a 19-year-old within 3 weeks of each other took their lives. And I had a matua, and the wānanga I have after every kaupapa, matua said, oh boy, what is this? Boil it down for me, boy. Because he was in deep mama. He had whakapapa connections to both of those boys. And I said, oh, geez, he just wants me to boil it down. I looked at Matua and I said, hurt people, keep hurting people, Matua, and healed people, heal people. Every day we can choose which one we are. And he was like, all right, I'll take that. I'll take that for a minute, just to process. And just that whakatauki there, it's pono. Hurt people, keep hurting people. Why are we doing this? If our kōrero does not match our actions, there's a disruption in your wairua. So I'm just trying to let whānau know that you can break all of that, and it's going to be scary. Because when you whakapapa directly to the people that are in that hurt circle, that's when tears and anger will start to flow. And for me, that's a release.
How do you do it, Ewa?
I have heaps of support around me in the physical, and I have a lot of support āwairua. And I'm constantly looking for other whānau Māori, any culture that are living and breathing te ao marama. And yes, from te pō, I had this kōrero with my cousin, because we're on our hokianga Catholic side Pangaru. My cousin and I would have a kōrero, and he would ask me, what's your whakaro about evil, cousin? I said, evil. I think it was once good, and it was disrupted and corrupted. So in te pō, that deep hara, there's actually its origins. This is taku whakaro noiho. Its origins come from our light that was squashed and crushed. So I have to keep my ahika, my light, well. I can't just be talking this. Otherwise, I'm just a dime a dozen out in the world. And if I'm not well, then my kaupapa is not well. And it's okay. I just need to reset and stop and go and get the rongo I need, a wairua, a tinana, a hinengaro. And I will drive hours, or I will fly to a location where I know that the kai mirimiri or kai romiromi is tika puno aroha.
How do you know they're onto it? Our wairua nei, they're the real deal.
Oh, I can spot taniwha 1,000 miles away, sis.
Nee.
Spot them out, wairua, look in their eyes, can see it in their eyes. I can see the way they're holding themselves. And I'm like, ooh, why would I want you to touch me?
Tēnā hoki koe e kōrero ana mo te ao Māori me ki mo te ao wairua, kei te tuku ki te huna tērā pēr ki nā rangatahi. And thank you for sharing what has often been something we've had to keep close to our hearts. So there's many of you doing that, but you're living it.
The rongo is in us already. We're born with it. Auntie said we are o rangatira until we choose not to be. And sometimes I've chosen not to be a rangatira and I've gone down that wrong pathway. I have to acknowledge that, what I've done. And then I can redirect, realign. And we've got all that mātauranga in our toto. This mātauranga was put in a pātaka. And here's me thinking it's a physical pātaka. I was like, oh, I wonder where that is. Oh, you egg. And the pātaka are wairua and how all the storage of all that mātauranga. So our whānau could re-engage it at another time where we weren't being so overly oppressed and being tried, without trying to distinguish our mana, but no one can take our mana unless we let them, as you know. No one can take it away from us unless we give it to them. There's a whakatauki I like, and it is knowledge is exclusive, wisdom is inclusive. But how are you letting our whānau access this rongoa so they can start to heal themselves? All this mātauranga that you have stored, and I understand because it's tino tapu, but you can whakanoa that tapu by putting light all around it so our whānau can hold it so it's not tino koikoi. You know, you can have all the mātauranga, but it has to have aroha. Because aroha is the warmth around all of that heaviness to make it lighter. So that knowledge of exclusive is exclusive, wisdom is inclusive. I live by that. I don't have all the answers, sister. I wish I did. But I'm a constant student. O te reo Māori, o te ao Mārama. Because I've been right at the, I'm going to use this flash Pākehā word, precipice of suicide, of this taniwha, of hineneo te pō whispering to me. No, Glock 9mm, shush, yes, calm down, Rob. You're not living it. The 9mm bullet that I got shot into my chest by the policeman because I was provoking him. As soon as that bullet crashed through my tinana, ripped through my internal organs and stayed inside there burning like a fire, it wasn't then that I realised the mamai in my mind is nowhere near the burning fires of distress, what I was currently in. So it is terrifying whānau. I'm going to be upfront right now. When you're trying to take your life, it is the most terrifying moment that you'll ever experience. Way to multiple realms. You're rolling through multiple generations of fire and pain. It is terrifying. Don't do it. Whānau, please. Because on the other side of that fear is aroha. Aroha ki roto, aroha ki waho. Tangi mai, kōrero mai, whakawātea mai, let it out in any form you need. Please do not hurt yourself. This mamai is not yours to hold. And once you take each of these korowai of mamai off, you start to see who you really are. You're not that darkness. As Pahinari Tate would say, that when I go to an organisation or a marae, or they block my way of entering, but the community are calling me, I go, oh, well, what are you doing here, boy? Oh, the community called me koro. Oh, no, we're okay. We're okay. And then I end up being presenting in their wharenui. How'd you get here, boy? Don't talk to me, matua, talk to your whānau and hapu and iwi. They brought me in. So sometimes you have to bypass the blockage, ne? So you can push against it. But I'm not here to push against you. I'm here to just send it up. You send any negative, as Auntie Rose would say, anything that comes out, you negative wairua, go neutral. Go neutral. Because that will flip back. So that kino whakaro, that kino kōrero, kino wairua will flip back. So it's a hard thing to do. You want to fight when someone starts attacking you. Kōrero, wairua. I go neutral. When I'm in the whare here, any tough kōrero comes towards me, I just send it up. Send it up with aroha. That's not mine to hold.
It's really that kōrero may be about what you're already talking about, but maybe a little bit more wānana for us, for them. And I believe that's what our rinatu, I guess that is rinatu, is kauwairuna, kauwairaro, but also hāhi and wairuatana.
We're all of that. We're everything. You know, as Matua Moana Jackson would say, Māori time is past, present, future, constantly flowing there. You know, that time is swirling around us from the past, the present, and the future all the time. And one of the best moments that I've experienced that was when my mātāmua kōwhai was born. All those whakapapa, all those wairua realms swirling all at once in the room as my mātāmua was being born. But as Auntie Rose said, hei atua he tangata, we are celestial and we are terrestrial. Luckily, I've got a kaupapa that both my tamariki have seen over the years, and they go, well, at least we're not pōrangi like our papa, but we can see where Dad's come from there. And they realise that, okay, this is the extremity of somebody not dealing or having any mātauranga around their mamai.
E rua waku ki te ngā o mohi o tāna kua puta mai o kōrero, rangatira. Te rāpea ko ka tika tērā, ka tipu mai te tika i te whenua, koutou mā e hikoi ana te hikoi. That sort of knowledge, that real stuff, I think is emerging more. And I'm thankful to the younger generations that these are the paitapu that have freed us to share true earned knowledge that is walked. I think koera tērā whakatauki, but that also I hear from your kōrero. This rongoa is collectively held, and how you've done that as a whānau, being a vessel and aligning it to that wairua, or bringing together your tribe, your whānau that can hold that divine knowledge as well, that is from the whenua, from your hikoi, but also that you are a vessel for that uru tapu, that you've aligned it to nature and to tērā ao, that limitless potential realm. And as a result of that, he ora.
Ai, tika. And you, especially on from that journey, from te pō te ao, te pō ki te whaiau, ki te ao marama, there are steps. And as you step into te whaiau, it gets extra wiri because te pō, the mamai, you have been so embraced for so long, you don't understand what this feeling of light is. So when I go into say this on my kaupapa, around the motu, around wherever, is that this mamai has been so passed on that you haven't had a safe place to process this mamai anywhere along your journey. And I'm meeting matua, kaumātua, 60, 70, who now feel they've got the permission. But they've always had the permission. And if we don't have a safe place to process this mamai in our own whānau river, then we might stay sick like the rest of our whānau. So I say this to all cultures, no matter what religion or spirituality you are, you need to step outside of that pōrangi whānau river, because you don't know how deep that goes back. You don't know how far back it goes, wairua, whakapapa, because it's been dressed up in many different korowai. So you need to get the external help you need from someone else outside of that pōrangi awa for your own well-being. Once again, we can only plant seeds, sister. We are hope dealers, ne? We're planting these hope seeds all around the motu, and when they're ready. But the main thing is, if you're not the hope for yourself, that's when problems start. And I've heard multiple kōrero around the motu, different cultures. A rangatira, he or she has taken their life. They are the rangatira of the whole community. Are you surprised? Unfortunately, I'm not. Because whatever korowai that they took up, that they thought they had to be the be-all and end-all for their hapu, their iwi, their community, it's drowned them. And they took their life. So I say to o rangatira, o kaitiaki, i te ao, marama, what is your practical practice to whakanoa and refuel yourself? Wairua, iara. I'm not perfect, but if I can go to the moana, the awa, if I can go to kai mirimiri, kai romi that I trust with my life, I will go there to whakanoa.
Is there any words you could share with the many of us out there, and the children especially, born with the gifts that we have and that no one could take, or things that we can practically do that allows our inner taonga to shine bright?
When I presented to Hoani Waititi Kura Kaupapa Māori, and there had two other Kura Kaupapa come, and I talked about matiki te tanga in your whakapapa, and one of my niece and my daughter, my eldest at the time, they both got those gifts, and it was scaring them because they didn't know what was happening. So you have to find a tohunga o matakite who's already got those gifts and flowing in it to help you turn your light on and off. Because when it's on all the time, it'll become draining. When you've got your gift flowing, they will come and visit you day and night, and you'll become overly distressed. Or the more tired you are from no sleep, that's when those taniwha start to creep in. So find a matakita, a tohunga that you trust. Make sure you do your mahi on it. Don't just trust them that they say they're who they are. Do some research on this.
Rangahau,
Do some research on that, and they get to teach you how to turn your light on and off. If I've just simplified it like that.
I runga I wena kōrero rangatira tohunga ake nei tēnei karekupu. Engari, ko te aroha e kore e mutu, ko te mihi e kore e mutu kia koe te whanauna.
Nui te aroha ki a koe te tuahine o te ao marama, mauri ora ki a tātou katoa, mo ake tonu.
Kia ora. If you're affected by any of the issues you've heard raised in this podcast, please reach out to Lifeline on 0800 543 354, or you can text HELP to 4357. Te Oho Ake is made with the support of Te Mātāwai, with host Parehuia Mawhi, and that kōrero with Rob Mokaraka. Te Oho Ake was produced by Mary Baker and Awhina Kure of Era Vision Media.